Gotta drill a hole.
Before we get to our last call, just a reminder, this show will be back next week, and it's only going to go as long as we can continue to get calls. So join us back next week. In the meantime, here is Joe. Like I said, wants to ask Kenneth about the government disclosure of alien technology. Joe,
solid question.
With Kenneth
I'm actually
Dan.
really curious what Kenneth thinks about this. So, yeah.
Hey, Kenneth and Dan, how you guys doing tonight?
Great. Good.
Good. So going back to what Kenneth was saying previously about 25 minutes ago, he's saying that a lot of people see things in the sky, and that doesn't mean that it exists regarding faith and whatnot. So my question is to Kenneth that because people have seen things in the sky for the last 80 years, now our government has disclosed since 2017 that there are things in the sky that they don't know what they are, validating those beliefs.
Validating what beliefs?
How do you guys beliefs that there are things in the sky that is not an airplane or whatnot, UFOs?
Wait. How do we know it isn't an airplane? We just said they don't know what it is.
I know. Okay. So have you seen, obviously you haven't seen the videos of them from the U.S. Navy.
What videos? Right? Like the Tic Tac video?
Tic Tac video?
Tic Tac video.
I've seen the videos, man.
Have you seen them?
Yeah, I've seen them.
So that's visual evidence, correct? Would you not?
Evidence of what?
Verifying people's faith.
Evidence of what?
Evidence of something that people don't know about.
Yes.
Whether it's
there are videos of things.
Experiencing.
Yeah, people experience things and they don't know. They don't. Yeah, there's lots of evidence out there that pilots and radars and there's video footage of things zipping around in the sky, and the observers and the people who've watched the videos and analyzed them aren't sure what the hell they're looking at. Yes, 100%.
Yeah. Okay. So going back to your comment of stating that people are seeing things in the skies and they're aliens and they're cuckoos, and then there's actual evidence of that.
Wait. How did you get to aliens?
For you.
I was waiting for that comment.
How did you get to aliens?
I was waiting for you to get the, yeah, okay.
You said aliens previously.
Yeah, I said people have seen things in the sky and have believed that they've seen aliens. Yes.
Correct. Which implies UFOs.
No.
Correct.
What's the U in UFO stand for?
Seeing physical aliens flying in the sky?
Let me just ask you, just answer this one question for me. What does the U in UFO stand for?
Unidentified.
Word. Therefore, it has not been identified as an alien or a plane or a weather balloon or a Mary Poppins. We don't know what it is.
Okay. All right.
Right?
But people are seeing things, experiencing things. It comes back down to people are experiencing things spiritually that you may not have experienced yet.
Wait, how did we get to spiritual from stuff
but
in the sky?
That people have experienced this.
Dude, how did we get to spiritual from seeing things in the sky?
It comes down to the basic premises of experiencing something that no one's experienced before, being called crazy for it or not believing in it.
Well, I'm not saying anybody's crazy. I'm not saying anybody's crazy. I don't like the word crazy. I think the word crazy is dismissive. Even the guy who was on the subway talking to Lincoln, I called him confused.
Down to the basis, a lot of people thought people were crazy for seeing things in the sky. Their own government has come out and affirmed that there are things in the sky they don't know what it is.
Sure.
So, in correlation to spirituality, people are saying they're experiencing things spiritually.
Okay.
Just because you haven't experienced it spiritually or scientifically, who says that's wrong?
Wait a minute. I was a Christian for 25 years. I had plenty of experiences that I thought were spiritual. I'd be in worship in church, and I'd be experiencing something that I thought was the Holy Spirit.
What made you not become a Christian?
So I took a real hard look at the reasons that I had for believing things, and I came to the conclusion that I didn't have a good reason. So like, we'll take an example just to really isolate it. So in church, in a worship service, feeling like the sense of connectivity that I'm having, this sense that I feel like I'm communing with God. There's this sort of euphoric thing happening. And I believed for years that what I would be experiencing on a Sunday morning or on a Wednesday night at youth group would be the Holy Spirit. The question became, how do I know that's what I'm feeling? How do I know that what I'm feeling isn't just a response to being around music and people who I love? How do I know? And when I realized that I don't have a good reason to say I'm experiencing this thing because of the Holy Spirit, I had to let go of that and go back to, well, I don't know where that was. It might have just been my brain chemistry. Maybe it was the Holy Spirit. I don't know, but I don't have a good reason. So the time to make these affirmative claims of I believe this, to me, are when I have evidence. So with Christianity, everything boiled down to I did not have evidence to support the collection of beliefs that we'd refer to as Christianity. So I let that shit go and started learning about other stuff. And
We
more
got
about
about a
Christianity too.
minute left, Joe.
Okay. Do you understand that when you felt that love around your friends and family, that's still God's love, right?
How do you know? How do you know it's not my brain chemistry?
Are you married?
Yeah,
So you know what love is?
I think so.
Then it's deeper than just chemistry, man. It's deeper. It's spiritual.
How do you know?
Do you not agree?
I don't have any reason to think that there's
Are you
any.
not connecting with your wife spiritually when you make love, or when you talk to her and connect with her?
Neither one of us believe in that stuff, man. We don't think there's a spirit. We think that we're two human beings with
So you guys are
brains.
just fucking for fun, huh?
Hey,
Well,
what is wrong with?
Well, hang on. So
There's nothing wrong with
This
it.
conversation is taking a whole
No,
left turn that makes me
'cause
want to
this
open
is-
up a whole other half hour
This
here.
is a
That's
serious thing. So you're now diminishing the experiences that I have
I'm
with
not
my
diminishing.
wife.
I'm
Hang
just
on.
saying that
Let
you
me get this
feel
out.
connected to your
So
wife.
you're diminishing this. You jump to you're just fucking for fun. So if I see a garden and I think that garden is beautiful, and someone else sees the garden and thinks there's fairies in it that make it beautiful, are we both able to think that the garden is beautiful?
Yes.
Great. Do I need to think there are fairies in the garden making it beautiful for me to be able to appreciate the beauty of the garden?
No, but when
There
it
it
comes
is.
to experiential things, let me explain. Do you not connect with your spouse on a soul level?
No,
Spiritual
because
level?
I don't think we have souls. So no. I don't know of any reason to think we have souls.
And I respect that. I do. I do. I am left speechless, but I would say that if you cheat on her, she would hurt, right?
Totes. Absolutely. And I wouldn't do it.
You not think that's her soul hurting?
No, I think that's her brain chemistry.
That's her brain chemistry.
As far as I can tell. If there's evidence for the soul, then I would need to see that.
Listen, man, I lost a daughter in July.
I'm sorry.
That's terrible. That's horrible.
I know the feeling of soul leaving body because I was beside her. Once again, coming down to experiences. Yeah, I know you haven't experienced that yet. I hope you never did.
First of all, you don't know what I've experienced. I've been around, frankly, kind of like a crazy amount of death in my life.
You've been around your child while she or he passed.
I have not been around. I don't have kids, so I've not been around my child passing. But I've been in the room with numerous people passing away.
Okay, what's your experience, please?
That person dies. It's a sad thing. It's they essentially go offline. You know, that's it. I don't see how that would make it any less or more sad. The person's brain ceases
Her mom
to.
and I felt her leave.
So how do you know that that's what you felt?
Because the moment we felt her leave was the moment they called her time of death.
Again, there's no
We
linking
didn't know
the
her
A to
time
the
of
B.
death until they told us an hour later.
But there's no demonstration that the one thing has anything to do with the other thing. You and your wife felt something, and around the same time, let's say it's at the exact same time, your daughter passes away.
Mhm.
So this super sad and emotionally laden thing has happened. This tragic thing has happened. But there's nothing linking these two separate events together as far as I can tell.
Except for two people experiencing it at the same time.
Experiencing what?
The feeling of her passing.
How do you know that what your feeling was the feeling of someone passing?
Based upon what you believe, that we're soulless, right? So we shouldn't feel anything, but yet we did.
You felt something. Now
We didn't
demonstrate.
find out until an hour later, her timing, her passing.
I'm asking you, and I'm sure this is coming across as insensitive to some people, but I'm asking you, how do you demonstrate that what you felt was a soul leaving a body? How do you demonstrate that that's what you felt?
Can I explain it? I mean, unless you're in that situation, you can't explain it. But let me ask you: if we're soulless and she's soulless, how did we feel her passing?
I don't have any reason to think that that's what you felt.
Why did we feel that?
I mean, I don't know what you felt. You felt something, and you're calling that sensation feeling a soul leave a body, but you have all of your work in front of you to demonstrate that that is what you actually experienced. You certainly experienced a loss. I mean, talk about I can't think of anything more horrible. But at the same time, if we're talking about making claims about reality, I don't know how you could. And let's just be really clear. If we're talking about being honest and having high standards and making sure the things that we say are true and not saying things that we can't demonstrate, then I don't know how you could justify saying you felt your daughter's soul leave her body.
I understand that. I do.
And I would say if you can't demonstrate it, you shouldn't say it.
I don't know that I'd go
Joe,
that's probably where I you and I would disagree on that.
I want you to understand, Kenneth, why.
Real quick, Joe, 30 seconds, then we got to wrap up. Because hey, Joe,
it was the entire operating
room. Joe,
what?
I can give you 30 seconds, and then we got to let you go, only because we are currently 25 minutes over time. So 30 seconds.
One day, Kenneth, you'll have a child, and you'll understand as you hold your child. Grow up, boy.
No, maybe I won't. No, dude, come on. Like this is okay, listen. There's and I hate to do this because I know we're on the end of time, but listen.
You won't understand what I'm saying.
This is bullshit, and I'm using that term very intentionally, okay? I encourage everybody here to look at, there's an academic paper written by Harry Frankfurt called On Bullshit, where he talks about bullshit being claims that are made, okay, that have an intent to persuade someone, but without any regard for truth, okay? And that's what you're doing. Making these appeals to emotion, saying, oh, well, you'll know someday. It's bullshit. If you can't demonstrate that what you're saying is true, it's irresponsible for you to be saying it.
You won't know it to be true until you hold your child.
And now you're just smearing the bullshit around. I'm sorry. I'm being very straightforward with you.
Fine, Kenneth. I'm being straightforward with you, bud.
You're not. You're not doing this. Well, you'll know one day.
My contact information. You can call me when that day happens, please.
Joe, thank you so much for calling in.
All right. You guys have a good night.
Have a good one. Final thoughts?
I didn't have a whole lot to say in that one. I mean, I'm in no position to argue with the guy. I really don't. Like the fact that Kenneth, I don't know why you wanted to argue with him on something that, like, if that's his experience, and he feels that his experience is powerful enough. His experience is powerful enough to be evidence for him of proof of an afterlife.
This is bullshit, Dan. What is his experience? Let's be honest. What's his experience?
His experience was feeling the moment that his daughter died.
How do we even know that's true?
Because
how does he know it was the same moment? How does he know?
Because that's the data that was given to, like, you can question it all you want. Of course you can. Here's my point.
Okay. Yeah,
why?
What's the point?
Why?
Because truth.
What's it to you? What does it matter?
Because here's why.
Look at
January 6th.
Okay.
We're circling all the way back and putting a point on this.
All the way back to January 6th.
With January 6th, right? So we all saw this powerful demonstration of what happens when people's beliefs are completely untethered from reality.
And I don't disagree with you at all.
We have normalized bullshit, and that's where it takes us.
Not every belief that is based on non-demonstrable evidence is dangerous, and that's the problem. I think that's the distinction. Totally. Not every belief that someone has on something that is non-demonstrable is going to lead them to some sort of extremist position, like the people who took the Capitol on January 6th. When Joe called in and started talking about how his experience
but I'm saying
is
that
validating his belief in an afterlife, and then you start going after him like that. Like,
yes, because the people who normalize the spread of bullshit build the foundation.
But that's the thing.
That
you
the
keep saying it's not demonstrable. If it's not demonstrable and you don't know, then you also don't know that it's bullshit. That's the whole point, right? So why go at him with so much
bullshit is what he said. So if you're saying, okay, the bullshit comes in when you start making these claims. They're like, well, I felt this, and I know that it was my daughter's soul leaving her body. Okay, demonstrate that souls are a valid concept. Demonstrate how you know that the timing was this.
Do we have time for
how
all
do you
those
know
conversations
anything
now? No.
Then he shouldn't be making the claim. That's not my problem. If someone's going to come to me and say, I experienced a soul leaving a body, and I know that what my experience was that thing, but they can't back up any of it, but they're going to say it as if it's true, that's a problem.
Why is that a problem?
It's only a problem if you care about what's true. If you don't care about truth, then I guess it's not a problem.
Let me finish my thought. If that belief that they have compels them to be a better person, it compels them to have more grace and patience and value the life of their own children now that are still alive, or the value the life of other people, or to value their own life more. Like, why is it that belief on them personally is something that you feel compelled to squash here on
how
a
the
live
goalposts
broadcast?
Move all over the place, because now you're talking about utility. So we're talking about the utility of their belief, not the truth value of it. But okay, so if
they can't demonstrate the truth value of it, what's the point in eradicating the belief?
If they believe a bunch of bullshit and that bullshit compels them to be a better person, then they're being a good person for bad reasons, when there are perfectly good reasons available to be a good person.
We got about 1 minute left.
We're spiraling into a whole nother conversation here. We probably need to wrap it up. But
yeah, we should wrap it up. Well, that was fun.
It was.
This is my bottom line. Is I care about.
I felt bad because I felt like he was coming on harsh on someone. I mean, dude, I try not to be a dick, I guess. I don't know. Like, I'm the guy that's like.
So the question then becomes: is the dick the person who brings the bullshit claim, or is the dick the person?
Well, you're already quantifying the claim as being bullshit automatically.
That came after. I asked him, how do you know? At face value, it's you had an experience. I trust you. You had your subjective experience. Awesome. You're saying it was this. How do you know? And then then came all of what led me to the conclusion. Okay, we're in the realm of bullshit, not a serious conversation. So it's.
Well, it sounded like it was emotional and it was personal. I don't know that it was necessarily.
What does that have to do with whether it's true?
I wouldn't define it as bullshit.
What is the emotionalness and the personalness of it? I mean, it's a terrible, tragic loss that this guy experienced.
Yeah.
But he brought these claims that he can't in any way demonstrate have any substance to them. And I'm saying I care about whether or not the things that I believe are true. And you're making claims about reality, and I care about whether those claims are true. Can you demonstrate that they're true? And instead of doing that, he goes, "Well, you'll have a child one day."
But
fuck off. I mean, like this is nonsense.
The whole basis of that the whole premise though there in saying, okay, can you demonstrate that it's true is based on the only assumption, and this is probably where we disagree pretty heavily, that the only things worth believing in are the things that are demonstrably true, right? Like,
yeah.
I disagree with that.
Yeah,
I think there are things that
I know
are not
you do.
demonstrably
That's why
true,
you're a Christian,
right? So,
okay, can we put a pin in it right there?
Put a pin in it. All